All right, here we go. BCJ, Bearcat Journal, Nightly Rewind, Monday, November 29th. And kind of overall a quiet day so far, but still plenty to talk about. We had the first press conference for the AAC championship game on Saturday. Heard from Mike Oresco. Pretty standard, as you would expect. He is very much all in on, we have helped these teams as much as they've helped us. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, but it was a good enough landing spot when the Big East broke up. And I get why Mike is doing his best to champion the league and champion the work that he's done. It's kind of his job. So not too much to take out of that, I don't think, other than just kind of chuckle there. Okay. Dana Holgerson was up next. Dana now probably 7 times. He did it 4 times in a 15-minute press conference alone, and he's mentioned it on other outlets as well. Continues to talk about Nippert Stadium and how he wishes the game was at a neutral site. And I don't think he'd be complaining if they had beaten Texas Tech. They were the higher-ranked team, and the game was going to be in Houston. It strikes me as working on a built-in excuse, working on a built-in reason why Houston wasn't able to come into Nippert Stadium and beat Cincinnati. I know if Luke Fickell was in this situation, he would be talking about an opportunity to win a championship. And Dana instead, more frequently, is talking about why they have to come play at Nippert Stadium. We know why. Because the American Athletic Conference isn't going to draw 70,000 fans to a neutral site to have a championship game at a neutral site. That's why these games are at home sites. Let's call a spade here. I mean, heck, some of the big championship games, if they don't get the right matchups, don't, have pretty sparse crowds. What do you think an AAC championship game would look like in a neutral stadium? Somebody mentioned the Titans Stadium in Nashville. It'd be 15,000 people there. So it's just one of those situations like you're already minute one building in an excuse as to why, you didn't get the job done. Just say, look, we got to take care of business. We got a difficult task, but our job is to take care of business. So I don't get that from Dana, but Luke didn't say a whole lot. Somebody tried to get him to talk about the coaching carousel. Somebody from Houston, of course, tried to get him to talk about the coaching carousel. He's focused on winning the game Saturday. If anything happens after that, then it happens after that. But I can guarantee you on the Cincinnati front, nothing is going on until that clock hits 0. And if they win and if they make the playoff, you can cross everything off the list because Luke's going to be focused on – you think he's going to walk out on these 30-plus seniors that helped him build this thing? There's no chance. There's no chance. So win on Saturday, get in, and there's nothing to worry about. Right? We'll get back to that in a second. Pro Football Focus came out with their all-AAC team, 8 Bearcats on the first team, Des Ritter, Jerome Ford, and then over half the defense. Myjai Sanders, Darian Beavers, Joel DeBlanco, Kobe Bryant, Sauce Gardner, and Brian Cook. Des Ritter, the offensive player of the year in the conference. Ahmad Gardner, the defensive player of the year in the conference. That's through PFF. That is not like the official conference release yet. But then another host of guys, Alec Pierce, Ty Van Fossen, Curtis Brooks, Deshaun Pace, Javon Hicks was an honorable mention. So Trey Tucker, a lot of names, a lot of Bearcats, almost pretty close outside of the offensive line, which I think the only Jeremy Cooper was a was an honorable mention or third or fourth team, one of those. But other than that, pretty much the whole team was recognized by Pro Football Focus. Transfer portal, nothing yet. It's heating up. There's a lot of names that went in today. There's going to be a lot more as we go through this week. I haven't seen anything yet or heard anything yet that there has been a name or two that pop up that really raises an eyebrow. Spencer Rattler, I know, is one that some people have talked about. Cincinnati is on his list. I don't know that there's a lot to that at this point. So if anything changes, I'll continue to monitor it. But I think there might be some mutual interest there, but I don't think it's anything that's definitely like front of mind in terms of Spencer Rattler in Cincinnati. Silly season. Ooh. If we can make it through this week, I think things are going to be okay. Obviously, the big news tonight are the reports from multiple outlets that LSU is focusing their search on Brian Kelly. If Notre Dame opens up, obviously that is more of a concern than anything we've heard so far. The Oklahoma picture started to come clearer a little bit. A lot of smoke behind Brent Venables. Luke's name has been mentioned, but if you look, I think Luke's name has been mentioned because you have to mention Luke's name. But it doesn't seem like any of the national guys that are really plugged in are zeroing in. And maybe this could be the timing of right now that they're zeroed in on Luke Fickell. So we'll see there. Like I said yesterday with LSU and Oklahoma, it's just the magnitude of the job that has to make your eyebrows perk a little. The irony is Notre Dame came open 12 years later because Brian Kelly left 12 years after the last 12-0 regular season. Everybody's head might explode. But we're not going to worry about that until Notre Dame has a head coaching opening. The same thing I've said. Some people have asked me about Ryan Day and the Chicago Bears. Like, I'll worry about Ohio State when Ohio State's looking for a coach. I'll worry about Notre Dame when Notre Dame's looking for a coach. Right now, they're not in the market for a coach, so I'm not too concerned. I think that's about it for today. Tomorrow, Luke Fickell press conference. Kelly has dialysis tomorrow morning, and I have radio from Mo tomorrow afternoon. So I don't know that I'll be at the press conference this week, but I'll still, have plenty of intel coming out from campus tomorrow. And then you can listen to me tomorrow afternoon, 3 to 6, Cincinnati's ESPN 1530. I'll be here tomorrow night, giving you guys your daily rewind. Tonight, we are recording the Bearcat Bounce podcast with myself, Aaron Smith, Brent Young. Tomorrow night, PTP. Maybe another new podcast coming into the Bearcat Journal Network. We'll see. Nothing guaranteed yet. We'll see. In talks, maybe with somebody about something. And if you haven't, you have until midnight, Monday night, midnight tonight, to get our Flash Friday sale, 75% off of a full year subscription of Bearcat Journal. That's 8 cents a day, $2.24 a month, $26 a year to get a full year of coverage from Bearcat Journal. It's going to wrap it up. We'll see you tomorrow night. It is the Bearcat Nightly Rewind, courtesy of BearcatJournal.com.